The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake is real, launching this year on Switch 2. The long-running rumors were right. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is getting a full remake for Nintendo's Switch 2, and it's scheduled to release sometime this year. During today's reveal, we saw only a brief teaser, but it was enough to confirm the project's existence. The trailer leaned heavily on nostalgia, opening with a narration of the game's familiar setup. The land of Hyrule, the Kokiri living in the forest with their fairies, and one boy who hasn't yet received his own, Link. We then see young Link asleep as the Triforce mark begins to glow on the back of his hand, followed immediately by the logo reveal. That's it. No gameplay, no systems, no explanation, just a confirmation that the remake is happening. And while that's enough to get attention, it also raises a lot of questions. What does this version of Ocarina of Time actually look like in motion? The brief glimpse of Link suggests a noticeably updated art style, one that appears closer to Twilight Princess than more recent Zelda entries. But beyond aesthetics, there's still no word on how deeply the game is being rebuilt. But will combat be modernized? Has the camera and targeting system been reworked? And perhaps most importantly for returning players, will Navi still interrupt at exactly the wrong moment with the same unforgettable level of persistence? There's also the bigger question. How faithful is this remake going to be? Is it a near shot-for-shot recreation of the original, or will it introduce new story elements, expanded dungeons, or reimagined mechanics? A full remake of Ocarina of Time is no small undertaking. The original is widely considered one of the most influential video games ever made, and expectations will be extremely high. Any changes, big or small, are likely to spark debate among longtime fans. It also puts Nintendo in a similar conversation to recent high-profile remake projects like Square Enix's Final Fantasy VII Remake series, where modern reinterpretation becomes as important as preservation. Based on the brief footage shown, this does appear to be a ground-up rebuild rather than a simple remaster, though Nintendo has yet to confirm specifics. Interestingly, the timing suggests we won't be waiting long for more information. If the game really is targeting a release later this year, then a holiday window feels likely, meaning full gameplay footage could surface in the coming months. And if Nintendo is spacing out its major releases carefully, there's even speculation, still firmly unconfirmed, that this remake could end up occupying a late year slot with very little direct competition. But that's getting ahead of things. For now, what's clear is simple. Ocarina of Time is coming back, rebuilt for a new generation. And despite the lack of details, that alone is enough to dominate conversation until the next reveal finally arrives. Yeah, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Wasn't that also remade for 3DS? Or was that a different Zelda game that I'm thinking of? Could have sworn that one of the N64 games was remade for 3DS, but that just could be, uh, I could just be remembering that wrong. When it comes to Ocarina of Time, I do have one question. The Skulltulas, are they still in the game? And if they are they going to look just as deathly terrifying as they did in the N64 version? As someone who played Zelda on Nintendo and Super Nintendo, I cannot play Ocarina of Time on N64. Those Skulltulas just creep me out. I mean, they make the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Uh, so, and I just thought, if they are remaking this game, with modern graphics, how are they going to look in this one? Um, and I don't know what it is about the Skulltulas. I don't have a problem with spiders. I don't have a problem with bugs. But just when, like, I was in the I was a kid. I was like 9, and I was playing the original Ocarina of Time on Nintendo 64 in the Deku Tree. So it was the beginning of the game, and like just like a Skulltula dropped down, and I could never go back to Ocarina of Time after that. It sucks that I missed out on that one. Uh, but like even watching gameplay from someone else and like seeing like Skulltulas like under a rock or something, I just can't stand those things. I don't know what it is, but there's just some maybe just because they scared me as a kid. What scared you as a kid scared you Still scares you as an adult. Maybe that's something since it um but yeah, I've never been able to get into Ocarina of Time because of the Skulltulas, and I just wonder if they're gonna look even a whole lot more creepy now if they're gonna go with current Zelda um graphics. And so, I mean, are you excited for Ocarina of Time coming to Switch 2? Um, did the Skulltulas ever bother you like they did me? Um, Let me know in the comments section.